parting ways.
They've got issues with coastal flooding. They've got issues with saltwater intrusion.
An action from the Trump administration that could raise tensions with allies. Our DC bureau is live. Speaking out.
We don't even know what his current health condition is.
Over the decision to release Venezuelan prisoners. And starting the new year fit.
Movement is a part of well-being for all beings.
A festival all about wellness and healing. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Adrian Diaz-Alejo.
And I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez. Today is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Major changes are happening in Washington, D.C. that could be felt here at home. The United States is pulling out of a major international climate agreement, a move that could have ripple effects here in Florida.
Caplin News' Julian Lescano is live in the Capitol and has more on what this could mean. Good morning, Julian.
Thank you, Jose and Adrian. If completed, this would mark the U.S. as the first ever country to leave the treaty. Administration officials say that this is about sovereignty and limiting international powers on U.S. policy. Secretary of State Marco Rubio defended the move in a statement, calling the agreement and other international organizations wasteful and contrary to U.S. national interests, and saying U.S. engagement should focus only on efforts that directly serve the American people. For South Florida, one of the most climate vulnerable regions in the country, that coordination matters.
They've got issues with coastal flooding. They've got issues with saltwater intrusion. They've got all, so it's costing more and more and more to produce that old-fashioned kind of energy.
Dr. Todd Kroll, director of FIU's Institute of Environment, says local governments rely on climate projections when they build flood control systems, redesign drainage, and grow solar power across Florida, projects meant to last for decades. While the withdrawal doesn't ban solar energy, researchers say pulling back from global climate frameworks can affect long-term policy signals, research collaboration, and investment confidence tied to renewable energy.
Solar power was getting to the point where, we were getting it up to scale and it was getting cheap enough for people to buy electric cars, and we were having that, more and more electrical charging stations and better batteries. But that incentive for those R&D companies to keep working on solar panels and batteries and stuff is just going to go away.
Now the administration says its domestic environment programs will continue, but experts say the impacts of the withdrawal may take years to fully show. Reporting live from the Capitol, Julian Lescano, Caplin News.
An increase in immigration enforcement in Central Florida has sparked debate amongst lawmakers. Last week, 377 inmates were booked in the Orange County jail, with immigration holds up from 71 the week prior. GOP Representative Randy Fine says that what happens in Minneapolis wouldn't happen here in Florida. Senator Rick Scott added to the topic his support of ICE.
We like legal immigration in Florida. What we don't want criminals to support our ICE agents and support their families as they work to make sure our country is safe again.
Democratic Representative Maxwell Frost brought the question to local residents about their safety, while Orange County Mayor Jesse Dennings, who also announced he is running for governor of Florida, says that the enforcement of immigration laws must be done with dignity and respect in a humane way.
The Venezuelan government announced the release of political prisoners 2 weeks ago, and while some have been freed, many are still waiting for their loved ones to come home. Caplin News reporter Candela Maceda has the details.
2 weeks ago, the Venezuelan government announced plans to release a significant amount of political prisoners. Miriam Gomez was arrested at her cousin's house and charged with terrorism, conspiracy, and falsifying documents. She was released recently after 11 months and 15 days in prison.
Entonces, ellos eligieron ese día, el 26.
They picked December 25, a day with limited transportation, making it tough for families to get around. Some relatives had to scramble for resources, even take out loans, just to fetch their loved ones. In some cases, authorities took people to their homes to verify addresses, basically keeping tabs on them.
While some political prisoners have been released, others are still waiting for their loved ones to come home. Jonathan Carrillo, a social activist, spoke at FIU in 2024 and fled Venezuela in 2025 due to political persecution.
One of my friends, Jose Riera, has been in prison for quite some time now, and we have no idea where he is today. What we do know is that he was brutally beaten and tortured in the early days of his detention, but that's all we know. We don't even know what his current health condition is.
Currently, 143 political prisoners have been released, while more than 800 remain detained. For Caplin News, Candela Maceda.
Florida officials announced the cause of death and identity of an elderly woman weeks after she died following the ride of a Universal Orlando theme park. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services says that the 70-year-old, identified as Ma de la Luz Mejias Rosas, became unresponsive after the high-speed roller coaster Revenge of the Mummy ride last November. An attorney of the Rosas family says that the family and Universal reached a solution.
Data privacy experts explain how to find information tucked in the folds, whether it be your email, phone number, or address. Experts explain platforms used to tackle the long-standing issue with data privacy. Caplin News reporter Christopher Aveo has more.
Tucked in the folds of the internet is information about you, maybe your email, your phone number, or even your address.
Your phone doesn't ring because a spammer dialed your number randomly. They bought your information from a company that sold it.
Data privacy expert Harry Morgan explains data brokers work in the shadows, buying and selling people's PII, personally identifiable information, to create a dossier of your digital footprint.
Usually it's for commercial purposes like that, but oftentimes it falls into the wrong hands, and you have somebody who's trying to extort or scam somebody.
It's a long-standing issue that California is hoping to tackle with its website, the Delete Request and Opt-out Platform, or DROP, which came about through the passage of the Delete Act in 2023.
What California passed with the Delete Act is a groundbreaking law. It's the first of its kind in the nation.
The DROP website allows residents to submit data deletion requests, requiring registered data brokers in California to erase their information. Matt Schwartz with the Consumer Report says nationwide efforts to tackle the issue haven't gone far.
It doesn't appear like it is very high on the priority list.
Experts we spoke to suggest people outside of California can contact data brokers or hire a third-party service to do it for you, to ask for their information to be deleted, and should prioritize using a privacy browser like DuckDuckGo and Firefox. But most importantly, be careful about what you share on the internet.
That was Caplin's Christopher Aveo reporting. This drop tool launched in California, but it may soon be available in other states.
A Navy veteran here in Florida celebrated its 90th birthday in an unconventional way.
Well, if you ask me, if you're going to be here for 9 decades on this earth, you better celebrate in an interesting way. That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Movement is a part of well-being for all beings.
A festival returns to Fort Lauderdale focused on health, wellness, and the arts. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're over overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
A special festival flows into South Florida. The annual Flow Fest event returned to Fort Lauderdale this past Sunday, blending wellness, fun, and healing as the community came together.
That's right, and Caplin's Patricia Varas has all the details.
FlowFest brought together circus artists, instructors, and families across Fort Lauderdale this past Sunday to showcase some disciplines like hoop dance, poi, juggling, yoga, and some acrobatics at the Esplanade Park. As music filled the park, FlowFest created a space where creativity and community came together, inviting people to reconnect through art, play, and movement.
Movement is a part of well-being for all beings, and human beings especially need to remember to set time aside to play. Play is extremely healing. It's healing for the mind. Movement is healing for the body. We are getting fit, we're enjoying ourselves, and we're also learning new things.
FlowFest was supported by several brands focused on movement and wellness. One of them, Fun in Motion Toys, said events like these helps connect their mission with the community.
FlowFest is an event that overlaps a lot with what we're trying to do. Our mission as a company is to make people happier and healthier through unique movement products. So we sell things that actually are items that people are learning here at this event. They're teaching people how to spin poi and juggle and many other activities that are good for the mind, the body.
Throughout the day, participants move freely through different activities, creating moments of connection and well-being. Organizers say that FlowFest is more than a festival. It's a space to create wellness and healing. From Fort Lauderdale, I'm Patricia Varas for Caplin News.
A 90-year-old U.S. Navy veteran went parasailing for his birthday at Fort Myers Beach with who else but his doctor. Sonny Locken used to go parasailing with his granddaughter when she was younger for the past 10 years, and he has remained grounded. He made a promise to his granddaughter that if he made it to 90 though, they would go again, and he may just take his doctor, Amy, along for the ride as well.
She said, we got to go to again when you're 90, and I said, I have to talk to Amy and see if she can keep me running till I'm 90, and I said, and if I make it, you go with me.
And so they went, and when they came down, Sonny's only complaint, he wishes that it was just a little longer. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back. Can we get the mics on?
I could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panthetech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back. We got breaking news. You are seeing live images from Switzerland where President Trump is speaking at the World Economic Forum.
It comes amidst talks about Greenland, saying that the U.S. needs it for national security reasons. We'll have more details on this tomorrow on Newsbreak. And that's all the time that we have for Newsbreak. I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez.
And I'm Adrian Diaz-Alejo. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.